Hi, my name's Jude and welcome to this live, and thank you Satu for inviting me to do this. So hopefully everyone will get something good out of today's session. Just in case anyone hasn't had a chance to look at the last video, which we explained a little bit more about what we were planning on doing, just would like to go through a few things first. So in today's session, what I would love us to do is to do a little bit of EFT, or emotional freedom techniques, and I know Satu's done some Facebook Lives already about EFT, and what I would love to be able to do is for people to think of a particular topic, and would like that topic not to be something that is too sort of triggering or too serious. So if we think about a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being something that's really quite distressing and worrying, something, and 1 being something that isn't any problem at all, you want to go for a mid-range, so say around about the 5 mark. And if you do get a chance, either now or when you do listen to this later down the line, take a few moments to think about what that particular issue or problem is. And I would like you to break it down into small little chunks. And I would like us to view that as a metaphor of a tree. And I have put a little bit of a post on Satu's page just to explain a little bit more. But when we think of a problem, there's a thought around what the problem is, but equally what comes with it is emotions, what we do, so the behaviour that causes us to have difficulties in relation to that problem. There's the roots of the problem. So I would like people to identify the different elements, and what we will do in this session is we'll tap through each one. So if you imagine a tree, we have a trunk of the tree, and the trunk is the issue itself, so the problem. And then a tree has branches, and the branches are the emotions that that problem brings. So it may be anxiety, worry, panic, sadness, any possible emotion that may come up, and there may be several. And what we will do is we'll work through each one of them. And a tree also has leaves. Now, leaves are kind of like side effects or symptoms. So if somebody is struggling with anxiety, then the leaves would be the panic. There would be perhaps some of the symptoms of anxiety, such as palpitations or breathlessness and things like that. And then when we look at a deeper level, trees have roots, and we all have roots. And our problems are held down deep by our core beliefs, or beliefs that we've perhaps had through childhood, growing up. Our beliefs about ourselves, which could be self-limiting, or our beliefs about being able to overcome this problem. So that's kind of how the metaphor works. And if you haven't had a chance to maybe think about what these little aspects are, then if you do get a chance to re-look through this, stop the video first and just work through them particular points, and just put a couple of points on each. And then what I would like you to do is you can tap through them as we go along. So that is what we plan on doing. But first of all, I would like to just talk a little bit about what is EFT. And I would like to do a bit of a demonstration with people. Now, this is the karate chop point, which people will probably know about if they've watched any of Satu's videos. Now, what I would like people to do is, just for maybe it's about 30 seconds, I would like you to tap your hand, but quite hard and quite fast. I don't want you to injure yourself, but quite hard and quite fast. So just follow me. So if it gets too much, then you can always stop. Okay, now just notice any feelings or any sensations that you have in your hands. What is it that you notice? Can you feel any sensations, any movement, any energy? Is there something that's there in between your hands? Some people might be quite interested around this, but actually we are made up from energy, and if we go right down below the cellular level, energy is what we are made of. Energy and in the underneath the DNA and the atoms is all about just space, and that space is made up of energy. So we can actually feel the energy, and that's a good exercise to be able to actually experience it yourself. So give that a go. Okay. So the tapping points. Just quickly before we start, like we've already mentioned the karate chop point, and whenever we start off doing some EFT, we start with a set-up phrase which we do 3 times. Okay, and that's something like, even though I have this problem, I love and accept myself completely. Okay, and then we start with the eyebrow, so it's just on the beginning part of the inside of the eyebrow, and then we tap the side of the eye on the bony eye socket, underneath the eye, again on the bony eye socket, under the nose, under the bottom lip, the collarbone point. So if you imagine where a tie would go, down an inch to either side, so them are the official points, but just tap your chest. And then we go under the arm where the bra strap is, and top of the head. And them are the points, and we just keep repeating them. Now whilst we're doing this, I want you to tune in to your particular problem, because when I talk it will be very generic, because obviously I can't see anyone. If I was working with someone one-to-one, then it would be very much, what I said would be very much targeted to them. But in this kind of format, then obviously we can't do that, which is why, again, I do not want people to choose anything that is going to trigger them or is too serious. Okay, so as I say, just some low-level problem that maybe has been going on of recent, or something that you feel comfortable in working on. Okay, so that's it. That's enough said, and let's just now do it. What time is it? Okay, right. So getting comfortable. I'm going to take a little sip of my drink before we start. I can only drink tea when it's hot. Once it's gone past the boil, then I can't drink it. So I'll get a few drinks in. Okay, so if you get yourself comfortable, and if you feel comfortable tapping on the points, then you can close your eyes. If you would like to keep your eyes open, then you can do that also. And I will go through the points with you. So just ask yourself, this particular problem or issue, what number out of 10 is that when you think about that now? And just take a moment to just really tune in to everything about that particular problem. Now just tap in the side of the hand. Again, as we do this, you tune in to your particular problem. And if the words that I say aren't right, you just say what is coming up in your head. This works on what you are thinking about. It's not working on what I am saying. Even though I have this problem, I accept how I feel and I choose to let this go. Even though I have this problem, I accept how I feel and I'm open to feel more calm. Even though I have this problem and it feels so difficult for me, I accept how I feel and I choose to let this go now. So just tapping now on the eyebrow and just focusing on this problem. Side of the eye, this problem. Tapping underneath the eye, just noticing this problem and any feelings or sensations that it may bring. Underneath the nose. Just bringing your attention to anything that you notice about the problem. Below the lip. Again, just focusing on the problem or issue. Colour, bone. Just focusing on that issue. And under the arm. If this problem had a colour, what would that colour be? On top of the head. If this problem was anywhere in your body, where would it be? Eyebrow. And just noticing this problem in that colour, in that place in your body. Side of the eye. And now just imagine bringing that problem, that colour, making it into something that you can feel like energy. And just imagine pulling it out up through either the top of your head or the bottom of your feet. Under the eye, and just allow that colour just to disappear out through the body, just like energy releases under the nose. Just now focus on any emotions that you feel when you think about this particular problem. If there's one emotion that comes up the most, just focus on that. under the lip. And just tune into that one emotion. Collarbone. Just noticing and allowing your body and your mind just to understand that emotion. Under the arm. And just focusing on that emotion. Top of the head. As you notice, perhaps some sensations that may also bring. Eyebrow. It may cause some anxiety. Side of the eye. Just focus your attention on them feelings, that anxiety if it is there. Notice whereabouts it is. And just really focusing on that. And as you tap underneath your eye, just continue to bring your attention to that focus. Under the nose, and notice any emotions, any sensations build into that energy. Under the mouth, and imagine that energy coming up through your body or down through your feet, and just dissipating into the air, the universe. As that's what energy does. Collarbone. And you may notice that another emotion comes up. Whatever comes up is right and is exactly what you need to work on. So just allow that to be. Tapping under the arm. And just focusing on whatever you are noticing from within. On top of the head. Just allowing any thoughts, feelings or sensations just to rise up. And just allow yourself to notice them. Tapping on the eyebrow. And notice with some curiosity. Inside of the eye. And just allowing yourself to allow any of them unwanted or unnecessary thoughts just to pass. under the eye. And just notice perhaps some new understandings about the problem. Perhaps may occur. Under the nose, as your body calms and that monkey brain disappears and that rational and wise mind comes in. Under the lip, you are able to perhaps consider alternatives or solutions to that particular problem. Collarbone, and just allowing that creative part of your mind just to come up with solutions should they occur. And it can happen consciously or unconsciously. Under the arm, our mind is an incredibly powerful tool, and our unconscious only ever wants to look after us and do the very best that it can. Top of the head, and sometimes it does what it thinks is best for the right reasons, but not necessarily the best for us. Eyebrow. And if there are any of these behaviours that are driving this problem, just acknowledge that. Side of the eye. You're not doing it to hurt yourself. You're doing it because your unconscious mind is trying to protect you. Under the eye. And just notice that you deserve to forgive yourself and accept that everything you do is for the best. Under the nose, even if those ways of coping aren't helping, or even driving the behaviour. Under the mouth. Just allow yourself to let that go. Just like a balloon, a yellow balloon filled with helium. Collarbone that can be released into the atmosphere. Under the arm. And as that balloon is released, and it goes on its journey, higher and higher. Eyebrow. That problem becomes insignificant within the universe, the vastness of the universe. Side of the eye, because we've let it go. And everything that we do as we tap under the eye is for our best purpose. Under the nose. And I want you to thank that part of you as you tap underneath the lip. Thank that part of you who does everything to keep you safe. Collarbone with well intentions. So tapping under the arm and just thanking it for doing everything that it has done for you. Top of the head. And give it permission to let all of these negative worries and difficulties just release. And you can stop tapping there and just take a deep breath in and out. And another. And just now think back to that number. Just notice now what the new number is. Is there any changes? What notice do you feel? What differences can you notice? And you can always let me know in the comments, or you can just keep them within your own personal space. But that is it for today, or this evening. I hope everyone enjoyed that. Please, if you would like to have a look at my business page, which is Ishi Holistic Therapies, I think the link is there. Oh, 5 to 1, whoop whoop, fantastic. Yes, if you have a few things on YouTube, not as many as I want, but maybe I'll start to do a bit more as I start to feel a bit more comfortable using Facebook Live. Saturday's going to help me with that. Anyway, that's me done for this evening. Chill, relax, and have a lovely sleep. All right, thank you. Bye-bye.